Hello, grade 11 students. So today we will give some reviewers or pointers before your periodic test. So this is a part one of our review session for general mathematics. So question number one, what type of employee is most entitled to the most government benefits? Letter A, wage earners, B, salary earners, C, job order, D, contractual. So the correct answer is letter B because salary earners or it is regular and monthly salary typically receive the most complete government mandated benefits like SSS, GSIS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, and other allowances. But job order and many contractual posts have limited or there's none benefits na manggagaling sa government. Number two, how much does Teo earn monthly if his annual salary is 360,000 pesos? Letter A, 10,000, B, 20,000, letter C, 30,000, D, 40,000. The correct answer is letter C. Since alam natin, no, para makuha natin yung monthly salary niya from annual, so i-divide lang natin by 12. So, yung annual salary is 360,000 divided by 12. So the answer is 30,000 pesos. So the correct answer is letter C. Number three, how much is Lila's overtime pay if she is paid 235 pesos per hour for regular time? 1.3 times the rate for overtime and works 50 hours in a week. So letter A, 900 pesos, B, 3,055 pesos, C, 6,700 pesos, and D, 990 pesos. So as you can see, may binanggit na oras, 50 hours. So ang standard hours sa isang linggo is 40. Kasi kung 8 oras sa isang araw, so 8 times 5, Monday to Friday, sa Pilipinas yung tinutukoy ko. So yung 40 hours, yun yung regular time niya. And then the 10 hours will be the overtime. So if we're going to compute, so the answer is 3,055. So yung overtime rate natin is 1.3 times 235. So, ito kasi yung regular hour rate niya. So sabi ko nga sa inyo, di ba, during our discussion, mas mataas siyempre kapag overtime rate na. So that is 1.3 times 235 pesos is equal to 305.50. Since may 10 hours siyang overtime, so 50 minus 40, so may 10 hours. Ang 10 hours imumultiply dun sa overtime rate na 305.5. So that is equal to 3,055. That's why the answer is letter B. Number 4, what is one's weekly income if she earns an annual salary of 480,000? So, kagaya kanina no, sa previous question, monthly naman tinatanong, ngayon weekly. So, letter A, 7,980 pesos and 78 centavos. B, 9,230 and 77 centavos. C, 13,567 pesos and 89 centavos. And D, 18,909 pesos and 43 centavos. So kung sa months, i-divide natin by 12. So sa week, kapag weekly yung tinatanong, dinidivide natin by 52. Okay, so now if we're going to solve that, the correct answer is letter B. Why? So annual divided by 52. So 480,000 divided by 52, that is 9,230 pesos and 77 centavos. Number 5, how much is Clint's total income if he earns 5,000 pesos per month plus 15% commission on sales and he sells 220,000 worth of items in a month? So meron siyang kita no, na 5,000 and then may karagdagang commission na 15% dun sa total sales na 220,000. So para masagutan yan, okay, so kunin mo yung 15% ng 220,000 and then idagdag dun sa 5,000 yung kita. So letter A, 30,000, B, 30,500, C, 22,800, D, 38,000. So the correct answer is 38,000. So yung 15% ng 220,000 is 33,000 pesos. So ang laki ng kita niya sa ano niya, commission niya, tama? So yung 33,000 idagdag pa natin yung kita niya, okay, na 5,000. So 33,000 times 5,000 is equal to 38,000 pesos. That's why the answer is letter D. Next, how much is the VAT amount if a product is sold at 1,200 pesos, inclusive of 12% VAT? Letter A, 120 pesos and 90 centavos. B, 128 pesos and 57 centavos. C, 130 pesos and 89 centavos. And D, 244 pesos and 76 centavos. So here, kailangan kabisado yung formula. So the formula for VAT, that is the price amount divided by 1 plus, yung VAT rate natin is 12%, so in decimal that is 0.12, and multiply it to another VAT rate which is 0.12. So, ang price amount natin is 1,200. So, tinatanong kung magkano yung VAT amount. Since this sa 1,200, inclusive na yung 12%. So, 1,200 divided by 1.12 multiplied by 0.12 using your calculator. So, yung 1,200 divided 1.12 is 1,071.43. Then multiply by 0.12, the answer is 128.57. So the answer is letter B. So yan yung VAT amount. Number 7, which does not cause inflation? Letter A, increased money supply. B, government policies. C, current devaluation. D, credit injections. So sa apat, lahat naman no, nakaka-apekto ito sa inflation. Pero hindi yung sa apat na yan, yung letter D, no? Letter D ang hindi gaano kasi magiging maapektuhan niya lang, no? O magkukos siya ng inflation kapag sobrang dami, no? Sobrang daming gumagamit at nilalabas na pera. Okay, so makakaapekto yun sa magdudulot yun ng inflation. So, hindi yun madalas mangyari. Siyempre, hindi papayagan ng government na gano'n, no? So, ang credit injection kasi, yung purpose niya, so si bangko o yung mga finance institution, so magpapautang sila ng pera para for example, may magtatayo ng business, okay? So magkakaroon ng trabaho ngayon ng mga tao. Okay? So yun ang purpose ng credit injection. So nagpapahiram, nagpapautang sila ng pera para magkaroon ng maraming opportunity. Okay, magtatayo ng business, mamumuhunan ng negosyo. So that's it. So that's why letter D ang sagot. Number 8, what is Carrie's net and income if she earns 40,000 pesos monthly and 10% is withheld for taxes, while 1,500 pesos is deducted for SSS and PhilHealth. So, ang monthly income niya is 40,000 and then meron siyang 10% na tax. And then, babawasan ng 1,500. Okay, yung 1,500 yan yung SSS at PhilHealth niya. So, paano natin gagawin? So, magkano yung net income niya? Of course, kailangan natin makompute muna yung 10% na tax. So, 16,000, letter A, so it's a choices, 16,500 pesos. B, 27,000 pesos. C, 34,500. D, 48,000 pesos. So, the correct answer is letter C. Okay, so letter C. So, ang 10% ng 40,000 is 4,000. So may deduction tayo na 1,500. So 40,000. So kung i-add natin lahat ng deduction, 4,000 plus 1,500 is 5,500. Doon sa gross pay niya na, okay, doon sa monthly income pala niya na 40,000, babawasan natin ang total deduction of 5,500. Ang may iwan na lang sa pera niya ay 34,500 at yun yung net income niya. So the answer is letter C. Next, how much does a worker earn in a day if he is paid 500 pesos for 8 regular hours, plus 130% of the hourly rate for 5 hours overtime? So letter A, 411 pesos and 94 centavos. B, 704 pesos and 81 centavos. C, 872 pesos and 89 centavos. D, 918 pesos and 94 centavos. So, una, computein natin yung hourly rate niya. So, 507 divide 8. So, ang bayad sa kanya sa isang oras ay 63 pesos and 375 centavos. So, since meron siyang 5 hours na overtime, so yung 63.375 multiply natin kay 1.3. So, yung overtime rate niya is 82 pesos and 3875 centavos. So, now, um, i-multiply natin yung overtime rate niya, yung overtime amount ngayon na 82.3875 times 5. And that is 411.94. So, si 411.94, add na yung 507, the answer is 918.94. So, letter D ang sagot. Number 10. How much is Bileric's take-home pay if his gross monthly salary is 30,000 pesos and he is taxed 10% of his gross income? Okay, letter A, 26,500, B, 27,000 pesos, C, 27,500, and D, 28,000 pesos. So, 10% of 30,000 is 3,000. So, bawasan lang natin dun sa gross pay na 30,000 minus 3,000 na tax. So, ang makukuha na take-home pay ni Belerix is 27,000 pesos. And that's letter B. Okay. So, thank you for watching this video. So, next video is the part 2. Okay, please stay put for the next review sessions.